Couldn't be bothered. Guess what? I've actually got room and a pot belly. Can I have a beer with me? Yeah, right. You want to have a beer with me? All right, let's have a beer together. Oh, Nathan. Anyway, I bet you Nathan comes in on this live stream. Hi, Nathan. Hope things are going better for you. Won't go into it on air. Yes, what am I doing? I'm having a beer. Yes. Okay, hang on. Before I break open the thing, that's what it's called. VB, Victoria Bitter. And they put it in a plastic wrap and you just cut one off, peel it off. It's like what Satellite Jack does with his condoms. See, it just lets it hang down. Anyway, yes, so that's a Satellite Jack. That's a Satellite Jack condom. You see, it's air conditioned. See, it's got a hole in it. Oh, that's true. That's shocking, hominoid. Anyway, poor old Satellite Jack. He doesn't do nothing to deserve all that. Anyway, but he does. Anyway, he's worth it. So what's happening, people? What's happening? Yes, Hominoid's walking around his kitchen and all the glasses have been done. Thank you, Nathan. Somebody's there. Anyway, so I decided it's almost 11 o'clock at night and Nathan's gone away, but the boys next door playing around with their cars and packed up all the computers and packed up all the monitors and packed up everything else and all the wires and cables. And the only thing I've got to do with live stream on is a mobile phone. Oh, you do know I'm moving out, don't you? Look, there's no house fridge. It's gone. See, look, there's the back door. No fridge. See, there's the PowerPoint. See, look, it's all gone. So I'm using the kettle to hold up the phone. Anyway, so I'm sitting out here in the kitchen. It's actually rather cool, actually. We've had a lot of rain all day and it finally stopped raining. And I wasted the whole day, but I got my tractor done. It's now got ignition keys and put the key in and you actually started with a key instead of mucking around with everything else. So that's all done. And Pintara gets done on Monday, so that finally gets done. Now, if you don't know how to pour a beer, this is how you pour an Australian beer. And you've got to pour it right up there and we'll let it. Obviously, if you're in the pub, you tip that little bit out. Legally, in Australia, when they sell you a beer, it's got to be like that. So if you buy a beer in Australia, it's got to be that full from the top. Can't be down here. It's got to be up here, right? So anyway, so here's to you. Happy birthday. Oh yeah, you like the chair? Yeah, no, you're not borrowing your chair, Nathan. Actually, it's my computer chair. Jack. Poor old Satellite Jack, he'd be home in bed. I don't know what with. I mean, who with. Anyway. Howard's probably up there gathering all these moose. Anyway. Take it you can hear me. I'm just going to put a roll of sticky tape underneath the phone because I think that blocks the microphone sitting on the bench. So hopefully you can hear me. So someone comes on, tell me if you can hear me okay, all right? Anyway, what's happening? Moving out, yes. Yes, it's all getting done. It's all getting cleaned up. My owner can complain or whatever else. Take care. How are you? Leave me a comment. How are you? Are you happy? Hello, Crudon. How are you? You know, the marvelous thing is when you make up your mind to move house, you think, oh no, I'm going to move house. Oh, the stress, all the shit out the back and all the cars and the caravans and the truck and the tractor and everything else. You think, well, it's gone away now. Nearly there. We're down to the last 10%. 90% of it with bugger all. It's all in your head. Learn to think. Moving house, right? All worked up in your head. I got all worked up. I packed up my great big Blue Yeti microphone. And I said to Nathan, it's true. Nathan comes on, you can leave a comment. I said, Nathan, I lost the power supply to Yeti microphone. Now, everybody out there on YouTube world, if you own a Blue Yeti microphone, you don't have a power supply. You plug it in the side of the bottom of the microphone and then plug it in the computer, the power of the computer, that's the microphone. And then there's a round hole, and I thought that was a power supply because I didn't have my glasses on. It wasn't. That's the earpieces. You plug in the earpieces so you don't get the echo. I forgot that was for the earpieces. I thought it was a power supply around porthole. So I get myself all worked up. I said, Nathan, I must have lost the power supply. Must have lost it. It wasn't. It's for the earplugs. So I drove all the way over to JB Hi-Fi. I said, no, we can't show you one. We're not allowed to open up the box. So then I went up to J-Car Electronics in Henry Street, Penrith, just off the corner of Station Street. No, not Station, off, anyway, it's up the eastern end of Henry Street. And he turned and he says, no, it's not for power supply. I said, well, what is it? He said, you can't see it. I said, no, I can't see it. He said, it's just earphones. Didn't know I feel like an idiot. Oh, silly old mate. Hello, King Capio. Hello. Turtle. Yes, I felt like an absolute turtle. I wanted to pull my head in. So anyway, so that's what I did. I found out so stressed out from moving, I forgot a Blue Yeti microphone does not have a power supply, and that's where the earplugs plug in. Where are you, Caprio? Where are you at? You want a beer? Hurry up, quick, buy your beer. No, I'm not in America. I'm down here in Australia, in Sydney, and it's been raining all day. And we usually have 37 degrees Celsius, and at the moment it is a beautiful 18 degrees. So it's half of what it usually is. Anyway. So, what else is happening out there? People? What else is happening? What else we got? Big trailer's done. Holden goes away on Monday. Yes. And Monday, Pintara goes up the mountain. Tractor goes up the mountain on Monday. Pintara goes up the mountain Monday. Holden goes down the road Monday, down the workshop. And then sometime next week or the week after, I start work on the other things. But anyway, I'll be in the new place on Monday, on Tuesday. Anyway, hopefully on Monday night I'll be up there, new place. So this will all be gone. So this will be the last time you'll really see this one, probably in a live stream. I'll probably do one or two more live streams, but I'll only be on a phone. And this is the old workhouse. So it stays a numbered. It's going to be gone out of my life. I've already got the gas bill, paid that. I have to do is wait for electricity bill. That's due any day now. So when that gets red, since I know the power meter guy comes, I'll, right, see you later. We need the meter. That's the end of me. So anyway, that's all I'm doing. I leave when they read the meter. I don't leave beforehand. Because I've heard of stories where people move out of a house a month before the meter gets read, and they move out a month before. And all the neighbours sort of like find an outside power point, like here. It's got 15 amperes and 10 amperes everywhere. And everyone leads out the fence and go have a party and run up your electricity bill. And people get stuck with $700, $900 electricity bills. People having a 3-day rave party run off next door neighbour's vacant house. Yeah. The poor ex-tenant had to pay for it. That does happen. Country towns especially. Some country towns. But anyway. Not often. It does happen. So what else is new? Who else we got out there in the world? What else is happening? New Zealand Prime Minister resigned today. That's a bit of a shock. What else we got? America's been flooded. America's been blizzards. And I said to Howard, over in America, I said, when it comes around to your winter, I said, you're going to have floods like we did. Big floods. He said, no, we won't. Yes, you won't. He's up in Maine. He doesn't get big floods. It's down the south. That's where they were having all the floods. Anyway, this dog's gone to bed. Nathan's gone to where he had to go. Liam's out there doing whatever he's doing with his mates. I'm about to go off to bed soon. I'm going to get up early in the morning. And I just sort of come in there and say a quick chat, a quick hello. And the place is all getting cleaned out. That's right. I don't drink like Americans. They sip. What's the best way to get American drunk? Give them a beer, tell them to drink it through a straw. Anyway, we left just a little bit. Oh, I think I'm old enough. By the way, it's my birthday in 2 days. So say happy birthday. Leave me a comment. Happy birthday. You've already got my birthday party lined up. So yeah, I'm going to be out there. So I don't know what else is new. What else is new? I don't know. It just feels weird, you know. You got all the house cleaned up and all the kitchen's all cleaned, except this. I'm going to do the stove later. Nathan's done a great job. Oh my God, he has. He's cleaned up all his cupboards. And none of them yet. It doesn't matter. I could easily do them. Anyway, yeah, be out of this place. Look down and deal with it. Oh, what else? Satellite Jack has had an interesting show. He said I doxed myself. I said, Jack, how did I dox myself, Jack? I have no idea. He probably thinks that Hominoid, because see, a lot of my subscribers are American and Europeans. I don't think there's any Australians. Do I have any Australians watching me here on this live stream? Leave me a comment. Are you in Australia? Leave me a comment. Say, yeah, I'm in whatever town, whatever state. Not your address. Just say Dubbo, New South Wales, or wherever you are. Anyway, just let me know. Interesting to see. Yes, I'm moving about 40 kilometres away, going back up the mountains. Not where I used to be, going to another place. Actually got a pig up there. So, get a big piggy. Yeah, not a little piggy. I'm talking about a piggy about, you know, about 1 metre high, about a yard high, big, great big fat pig. His name's actually Jerry. Yeah, the pig's name is Jerry. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, he really makes a pig of himself. Hello. Welcome to the chat. Somebody else there just has come in. Say good day. Yeah, so Jerry the pig's going to be up there, and whoever else is up there, and Mr. Dog's going to be going up there, and peace and quiet. No more traffic down here. No more thieves. No more drug addicts. No more ice addicts. No more idiots driving past, turning up tyres and screeching wheels, and ambulances and police cars and fire engines, and no more of that. I'll be up in the foothills of where can I tell you I'm going? Okay. Type in Putty Road, East Currajong. That'll do. Putty Road, East Currajong. Putty Road, East Currajong. That'll do. And just look at all the houses up there in the countryside. And it's where I'll be. I'm up that way. Not exactly there, but just that sort of area. That'll give you an idea. So I'll be way out there. Anyway, takes about 25 minutes to go in the local shopping centre. Maybe half an hour. Nearest service station is about 20 minutes away. Petrol station, gasoline station, whatever you want to call it. 25 minutes away from where I'll be. Tank water, end of the road where the internet stops. There's a clue. This one's at the very end of the road. I'll be here. That's where the internet stops. There's nobody down here. There's nobody around here. It's just me up here in a very dead-end road. So no more passing traffic, no more passing people, no more nothing. It's just going to be see you can hear a go past. See one getting number. It's going to be lovely. Crows, birds, lorikeets, I don't know whatever else is up there. Maybe a possum or two, a couple of kangaroos, a couple of wallabies. Might be able to get Jack and Howard over here from America, put them up there in a cage, and I'll lock them up and kidnap them, keep them hostage. That might be an idea. Keep them over here. Crudon Bear, she can come over here. She'll probably run around there and see all the koalas and take her down to Blacktown and let her go down to the koala park and see all the bears down there. Anyway, just getting late, just getting tired. Trying to make a bit of a video about nothing. Couldn't even bother cooking a meal tonight. I just decided to have somebody ham sandwiches and tomato, and just didn't really feel like cooking anything. And just, it's just one of those nights you just get tired. And that's about it. And, well, not much else there to say. What else do you want to know? So, want to go through all the cars? Right, 12 months ago, White Hyundai got written off 31st of July. August, September, October. The Vectra got it registered for about a week. It's down there on video shorts. Jack wrecked my car. Got it registered for about a week. And the gearbox blew up. So I sent that off to the wreckers. Sold that for a couple $100, $600. And they come and picked it up, which is good. And Liam took 2 car engines and a gearbox off me. And then he sold that car that he put the motor in off me. He sold that car to the wreckers for $800. So now I know his wrecker now. What else I do? Took the FJ40. That's gone away. That's gone up the mountain. Tractor's going to the mountain, as I said, on Monday. The Holden Kingswood HZ77A is going down to the motor mechanics on Monday. The Nissan Pintara 93 model, vintage this month or next month? Next month, February. It comes vintage. So I'll leave that until it comes vintage, historical, and get that registered. I think it's $40 a year. And then, so the Pintara, that's going to go to Nathan. It's a historical car. Holden comes back. That's going to go historical. The FJ40 is going to go historical. That's the purple car in my videos down there on my channel. The truck comes back. It is where it is. It'll be down there for a little while, and it'll come back as historical. It's a 1984 Mitsubishi FM 10 tonner. Anyway. And the Massey Ferguson tractor, just had that done today. New ignition switch. Only thing I have to get done now is the timer on the motor. It tells you how much time it's done. It's not a speedo, it just says how many hours the motor's done. So I've got the original speedo there in the drawer. Got to get the glass fixed in that, and then put it back in. Got a crack in it. And that'll be back to original. And I've got the grills, and I've got to find one bolt for the bottom of the grill on the front of the tractor. You know, the front of a tractor's got the old-fashioned bars and the little pretty little thing on it. Anyway, that's another thing. Anyway, it's got all the tyres done, the steering wheel's done, tyres are done, everything else is done. And give it a tune-up. Yeah, that's about that. Anyway, what else is new? That's about it. So anyway, Satellite Jack, your show goes for an hour and a half, it gets boring. And sorry, Jack, I missed your show. He's over there in America. Today he was talking about, oh, God knows what. And I said, well, I don't have time to listen to that because I had to keep working. I was getting out of here. I'm moving house. Don't get me wrong, I love Jacko and Howard. And Mugmania, she wasn't there. Laurie's getting over the burial of his father 2 days ago. To go to his father's funeral. So there's a big hello to Kathy, Laurie, Mug, Jack, Howard, John, Central Coast, and a big cheerio hello to Ricky, Central Coast, George Jr., Central Coast, not Joshua. Thing in a second, I'll get it in a minute. From Penrith, got married, found out now he's got 5 kids. Last time I seen him, he was 18. And now he's taller than me and twice the size of me. You think I'm big. Oh, if you didn't notice, I've actually lost my man boobs with all this house moving. And I've lost a lot of my pot belly. So yes, it's done me a lot of good. And I've got a lot of back exercise, and it makes me feel a lot better. Should do it more often. Doubt it. Anyway, and I'm about to stinking hole anyway, sick and tired. Listen, Sydney is a lovely place to live in for a period of time, but I've been here for 60 years. I've had enough. I've seen it from the days of the Red Rattler single-deck electric trains to the single-deck red diesel trains called the 600s, to the double-deckers silver with the high windows and no air conditioning, to the air-conditioned ones, to the latest ones we've got now, which are beautiful, nice trains, unfortunately made in China. And our government decided many years ago that we weren't going to build our own trains. And the Liberal government under Gladys Berejiklian brought all these Korean and Singaporean or whatever nationality buddy trams, and they cracked and broke in half. And then Gladys Berejiklian, she bought the ferries from overseas, and they've been breaking down and cracked holes. Yes, holes in the ship on the Sydney ferries. made from overseas. So they've all had to been taken off, and they had to bring back out the old big steel Sydney ferries, about 70 years old, running in their place over here in Australia. So there's nothing better than homegrown, yes. And cutting back on the imports of Chinese food because they're rival stuff from China. And unfortunately, Woolworths in Australia has rejected the other week, a couple of weeks ago, semi-trailer load after semi-trailer load was returned back to the farmers of oranges with little marks on the skin from hailstones from all the rain we had. And they had to put them in dirt landfills. Woolworths said, you can't sell them and we don't want them with your contract. And then the farmers had to take them back and pay for the freight of the semi-trailers from the farm to Woolworths back to the farm. And I think that absolutely stinks. And the guy went out there and he picked an orange on the Brady Halls, picked an orange off the tree, had the hailstone mark. He said, that's what we're going to bury. You know, not big, beautiful oranges here in Australia. World has gone insane. Really, I am so sorry to the people of young kids today under the age of 40. I'm so sorry that we've let you down, my generation. It's come this stupidity that an orange cannot be sold because it's got a hailstone mark on it. It is part of life that have hail, heavy rain in Australia, floods, droughts, fires. Really. Next thing you know, we won't be able to buy an egg because it comes out of a chicken's butt. What next? It's like the old saying, they had the joke when Kim Beazley was acting Prime Minister against John Howard. So acting opposition leader, treasurer. And for the Labor government, Kim Beazley, many years ago, back in the 90s, early 90s. And John Howard brought in the GST. And he said the GST is 10% or 11% of everything that you buy and sell. That's how it works. Then the Democrats come in there and said, no tax on vegetables and fruit, because how can you tax it? It's grown by the farmers. It's not made like a bottle of beer. It's not processed like a bottle of beer. So one of the arguments was, if you went out and you bought an uncooked chook, you would not be charged GST. But John Howard said, yes, you would have to pay GST on a barbecue chook or a pre-cooked chook at a shopping centre because it had a service done to it like beer being bottled. The chook was cooked. But if you buy an uncooked chook, it's still going to be plucked and it's still going to be put in a plastic bag and frozen. So therefore there's a service of plucking the chicken. So therefore then there's still a GST. But the Labor government, Kim Beazley, turned around and said, so why is there a GST on an uncooked chook and a GST is on a cooked chook? But there's no GST on why isn't there a GST on an uncooked chook? Because there is a GST on an uncooked chook, because it's still going to be plucked and processed and frozen and sealed in a plastic bag. And that's one of the great Australian historical moments in Australian politics. You can go there and look it up. Kim Beazley, uncooked chook. You can't look at it under the GST. You might find it on Google. And he holds up a chicken, a cooked chook and an uncooked chook. Why is one, It's a great laugh at the time. It's quite funny. But it made a lot of sense. But it didn't make sense. It was just a political statement. Anyway, 29 minutes, 36 seconds, 37 seconds. For me, Mr. Hominoid, good night, God bless, have a good laugh. Remember, if you've got mental depression, do what I do. Go and have a beer and take a spin in life. Enjoy life. Go and have fun. Life's too short. Remember, you are God's greatest gift. Be happy, smile, no teeth. Anyway, just be happy, enjoy life, be happy, get on with your life, have fun. If you've got mental depression, seek medical advice. Call up your Lifeline or whatever society you have in your local area, whatever you got. Lifeline here in Australia, I don't know what you got. 000 here in Australia for emergency calls. That's for, if you accidentally cut your arm or something. Anyway, just take care of yourself. Come back, see me again. Leave me a comment and just be happy. Just enjoy life. Look at me, I'm happier. I was stressed out when I was going to leave you. I think, oh my God, I'm going to commit suicide. Oh, I want to go kill myself. What am I going to do with all this? What am I going to do? Oh, I feel like an Arab without a turban. I feel like a Muslim trying to read a... I can't think of a word. I know what you're going to say. Quran. No, it's not the word I'm going to say. Read a Bible. Gotcha. Okay, let's give you a hominoid joke for the day. Here's a brain tease. Actually, you want a good brain tease? Hang on a sec. Let's see if I can get one. Let me see if I can find a pen. Oh! Where's a big pen? Right. Here we go. Oh yeah, look, Seattle Jack. Look, I wear short. I don't sit. See, I'm not like Seattle Jack who sits there with no pants on underneath his computer table, right? I mean, you've got to watch out with that guy. He's deadly. He's dangerous, right? Right. Now, if we get... oh, here's a good joke. How do you find an empty page on a telephone book? You don't. Oh, listen. What's black and white first thing in the morning, but by 5 o'clock in the afternoon, it's red all over? 5 o'clock in the morning, it's black and white, and in the afternoon, it's red all over. A newspaper, because then when you read it, it's red. Anyway, that's an old joke. Who didn't get it? Who didn't get the joke? All right, tell me, leave me a comment. Do you like that old joke? That's a 1960s joke. Right, brain tease. Let's give you... Okay. Here it comes. I'll make it big so you can see it. E, A, and B. Now, everybody has ever played with a toy train. Have you ever had a toy train set? And when you're with a train set, right, it can't jump, right? A physical train can't jump. It's got to stay on the rails, right? So, that train pushes onto this train carriage, and that pushes that, or this one tows that one, and they can't jump over each other, right? And they can't slide around each other, right? It's a train, right? And then it bumps into this one, and that one pushes that one, and it pushes up the siding, and then it can come back this way and drop it off and whatever else, right? Right, it's a brain tease, right? You ready for a brain tease? Here we go. Make it so you can clearly see it. Nice and dark in my old phone book. I'm going to throw it in the bin because I'm moving house. We don't need a phone book up there where I'm going because there's no shops. Seriously, there is absolutely no shops. There's goannas, snakes, funnel webs, but that's about it. Anyway, right, here's your brain tease. Copy it down if you want to. Right, so we have a round circle railway line and it goes to a dead end, right? So you've got one set of points or switches? As I say in America, switches or points. You've got car A and car B, and there is your engine, right? That's your locomotive, your steam engine, your diesel engine, whatever you want to call it. Now, because it's so heavy, you need the engine to push car B or the engine to push car A. So you can use engine onto A, which then pushes around onto B, which means it's EAB going that way, or EBA this way. And you can push whatever you want into the siding and then back the engine out, change the points over or the switch, and then you can take the other carriage to the other position. Now, the idea of the brain tease is you're going to put B where A is and A where B is and end up with the E engine where it is. Right? That's the brain tease. That's what you're going to work out. You're going to add like a train. Now, be fair, or else you're only cheating yourself. Engine's got to go back where the engine is down the bottom. B is going to be where A is, and A is going to be where the B is. And you can go through the set of points as many times, or switches, as the switch or the set of points as many times as you like. But the engine's got to go back on the other side, exactly where it started. A is where B is, and B is where A is. And that's one of the first tests I did when I was a 16-year-old, when I first went to work on the railways. It's a railway test. Yes, the New South Wales government railway test way back in 1977. Every train driver, even the train drivers today, still get it. It's a very simple brain tease. Anyway, for me, Mr. Hominoid, I'm going to have a beer. Mr. Dog's gone to bed. Alone. Hello, Nathan. God bless you. Hope Mum gets well. That's all I'm going to say. That's his business. So we got Ricky, John, Laurie, Norm, Kathy. Ed's passed away. Justin, that's it, over at Penrith. I knew I'd get it. Seattle Light Jack over there in America, and Cosmic Radio, and Howard, and whoever else, and all my regulars who come on my chat, who come in there and watch. Or some of these live streams get 5 views, some of them get 20, 30, 40, 50, 70, 100. So wherever you are, thank you for watching. And I hope you learned something. God bless you. Be happy. Just enjoy life. Just remember one thing in life. You never, ever get to choose who your family is. But you can always choose your friends. Remember that. If you have a bad family, don't take it to heart. Move on. Don't stick around with a bad family. If you've got a family who's a bunch of murderers, move on. But if you've got a great, happy family, stick with them. God love them. And love you too. And I love you too, even though I don't know who you are. I still love you because I love everybody. I'm hominoid. I'm hominoidable. That's what a hominoid's all about. What is a hominoid? Do you know what a hominoid is? Oh, well, okay. You got the caveman, prehistoric man, right? You got the Yowie, the Yeti, the Bigfoot, the Sasquatch, and then you got the human, and we're all in the hominoid family. Hominid. That's where I got my name, Mr. Human. I call myself Mr. Human. Yes, that's what Mr. Hominoid is, Mr. Human. Because I've got emotions, feelings, caring, sympathy, charity, and I will listen to anybody. And I will see everybody, look and see, hear and listen, shut up and listen, and learn to learn. Remember this final best wisdom I can give anybody. And don't get man boobs like me. Oh, God, they're hard to get rid of. No, I don't want to bra for my birthday on Sunday. Oh, 22nd of January. Send me a birthday wish if you like. On Facebook, M Hominoid. Yes, my birthday, M Hominoid. Yes, it's got my little black beast on it. Okay, see you later. God bless you. God love you. Look after yourself. Remember, have your Vegemite, eat your cornflakes, have your Wheat Bix, and keep away from fatty, oily food and a lot of salt. Keep away from it. Don't eat fatty, oily, greasy food. You'll end up looking like me. You don't look like me. So see you later. Me, Mr. Hominoid. Good night. God bless you. Love you all. And take care. Just smile and be happy. Right? See you later. Remember what we say here in Australia? G'day, mate. There you go, son. Here you go. Hey, mate, you just getting out the pub later? See you later there for a beer. Cheers for me. I'm annoyed. Bye.